In this video lecture, I'm going to teach you about header files in C programming. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at header files. What are header files? So you can see that in the previous lecture where we are able to look in depth into the environment setup or the general overview of the entire C code block IDE. We are able to execute this project and it worked out fine. But there are some things that we didn't take care of because we were not interested in them. But right now we are going to look at them. And the very first one is the header files. So up here you can see I have include stdio.hash. So what is stdio.hash? This is standard input the output .header. Alright, so the next one is standard library.hash, but that is the header files. So we also have some other header files we're going to use. So what is the essence of these? These are called preprocessor directives. Why do we need them? The preprocessor directives helps us to convert these to binary format because the system does not understand these things that we write here. So what these understand is zeros and ones. And for us to be able to convert this code into zeros and ones, we need preprocessor directive to be able to help us to do that. And they are included as header files. So that is why we have this here. So the very first one is standard input and output. And the second one is standard library. So we can also include some other header files, like you can go here and say include string. Let's go ahead and say include string. So the next one you can also include the maths. Oh, that is maths.hash. You can see that each one of them has hash. So this is string.hash as well. So they are header files. And later in the course, I'm going to teach you how to create your own custom header files because this one right here is embedded right inside the system. You can see that if I go in, let's say remove these, go ahead and remove this string, delete this, and I'm going to say string, and you can see that I have string.hash right here, showing that it is inbuilt. So these are preprocessor directives that will help us to be able to convert our code into binary format so that our system can be able to understand that. So this is a type of like code machine language because what the system understands is zeros and ones, but what we are seeing here is alphabets or numeric values. So they are called high-level language. Okay, so we have high-level language, we have assembly language, and we have machine language. And what the system understands is the machine language, zeros and ones. And the header files, the core preprocessor directives, helps us to convert this. So that is why we have what is called GCC compiler. It helps us to compile this and that we get an output at the end. So that is what I want you to be able to understand. And this, for instance, the standard input output is what helps us to use printf so that you can have an output of our result. So each one of these does something important. Okay. Now the next one is you need to have the main. So whatever they have a main, that is when a project can execute. So without a main, you can't be able to execute a project. Let's say for instance, I copy this right here. I can cut this out here and come over here and press that and go ahead and remove this main here. Go ahead and cut this and try to run this code and check it out. Nothing runs because there is no main there. So there'll always be a main so that your project can be able to run. So put this back again, and let's go ahead and redo or undo which one of them. Alright. So we can go ahead and run your code, and you can see your code is printed out very well. Consider hello world. You can go ahead and close that, and you always have a return 0 at the end. So this is the format that we take, and you've known about the preprocessor directive. And the reason why we have all this here, because if I don't touch this and move into programming, you might get confused on why are we having this stdio and std library. And maybe in future I introduce also string.hash and mass.hash without explaining them, you will be confused. So we have other ones. You can have like other preprocessor directive like define. The one thing with define is that define does not change. So whatever you input there is there automatically. So let's say you have define. Let's say define hello. Alright. And you give it anything. So whatever you input there, maybe you say this is header file. So if you go here and print out hello, okay, if you print out hello, it will never change in all your programs. This define is a string form, will always be printed out. So why I will not be going in depth into this is because you're going to still look into this in future. And I've not introduced you to string or anything. And as a beginner, you might get confused on getting into this at this point. So there are other things I need to explain before I go into the define type of the header file. So these are about preprocessor directive. I believe you understood what I just talked about, and if you haven't understand it, please use the question and answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.